back to the Adjunct's kitchen, where we make affordable, easy to prepare, and delicious meals for you part-time cooks. My name's Chad Seager, and today we're going to be making one of my favorite seafood pasta dishes, seared salmon with farfalle pasta and Parmesan cheese. The ingredients for this dish are salmon, tomatoes, garlic, red onion, farfalle pasta, extra virgin olive oil, basil, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. The steps to making this dish are to prep your ingredients, then heat your pasta water and pan. Cook everything, and then mix it together and stir. Plate and serve. To get started on this dish, that means prep. So start by dicing some tomatoes. Dice some onions as well, but you don't need many. If you like garlic, you can chop some up as well. Cut it pretty fine. For the basil, cut plenty up into fine strands. If you're using grated Parmesan cheese, you can skip this step. But if you're using block, now's the time to shred it. If your salmon's deskinned, you can skip this step. Otherwise, take the skin off the bottom of your salmon. Also check it for bones. Felt one here. Over at the stove, get the water boiling for the pasta. Then heat a large saucepan to medium-high. As your pan's heating up, add plenty of olive oil. As the pan and the oil reach heat, now you can add your onions. After about a minute or so, you can add the salmon. Put it in a whole piece. After about another minute, add your garlic, salt, and black pepper. Kind of move it around the pan. Make sure everything's getting cooked in the oil. It's okay if the salmon breaks up because it's going to be part of the pasta, but try to keep it as whole as long as possible. After another 3 minutes or so, flip it. Once it's flipped, try to move it around in the oil. Make sure all the onions and garlic are getting soaked up in there. Now that my water's boiling, I'm going to add the pasta. I want to cook it under al dente. So whatever the instructions say about al dente, take off a minute or so. Now that the onions are starting to brown, I'm going to turn down the heat. Just between medium and medium-high. Now it can kind of start to break up the salmon a little bit here. But we do want some decent sized chunks in the pasta. So don't shred it. Trust me, this smells amazing. Now that my pasta is almost done, before I drain it, I'm going to take a little bit of this pasta water. Now that the salmon's pretty well cooked, time to finish this dish. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pasta, dump it right in. And then give it a good stir. Add some more black pepper. Add some of that Parmesan cheese. All the basil. And then finally, as the last step, add the tomatoes. We don't want the tomatoes cooked. Maybe just a little warm to accent the dish. So with the tomatoes added, Parmesan cheese, basil, black pepper, give it another good stir. This dish is done. Now again, we don't want the tomatoes cooked. We just kind of want them maybe a little warm. We want their freshness to accent the dish. At this stage, kill the heat. If it looks a little dry, you can add your pasta water now. Mine looks fine, so we're just going to get to plating. So you basically plate this dish like you would any pasta dish. Spoon it into a bowl or plate. Make sure to get some of those good chunks of salmon. And finish with a little more Parmesan cheese. Yeah, beautiful. I love this dish. It looks pretty fancy for the cost. And if there are any leftovers, it also makes a great cold salad. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions or requests for other dishes, leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and I'll see you on the next Adjunct's Kitchen.